Hey everybody, Reese here, coming to you again from sunny Spain with tip number 13. And tip number 13 is the creative force of the voice. So when we think about our fifth chakra, our ability to speak, we don't realize that the creative force, so a lot of people talk about the creative force as being the second chakra, being sort of like, well, that's where we create from, but that's where you create very unconsciously from. That's where you sort of, grow a baby or, do the basic functions, the creative force of being alive. But where you create out in the world, of course, comes directly from the voice. How well you speak your needs, how well you speak your heart's truth and what you really hear, what your real purpose is. Once you know your purpose, you'll feel it in your heart. You won't know it in your head. Your head's always like, your head never can figure out your purpose. Your heart knows your purpose. When you speak that purpose, all of a sudden people will start coming to you and supporting you in that heart purpose. And so speaking, where you speak from, creates in the world. So your brain likes yesterday. It likes to create yesterday. And so it uses the voice to create, this is the way things should be, and why aren't you doing it this way? And I check, and little check boxes, and why aren't you like that? And we're trying to make this all work out. And you create yesterday over and over and over and over again until you can't stand it. And then you blame everybody else for it. So what's really happening in the fifth chakra? The creative force of the voice, in the Bible it said, first there was the Word, and the Word was God. And basically, the most godly thing we can do is speak. What we can do with our words is absolute magic. Or it can be absolute black magic. So if you tell a bad story, you gossip about somebody, you don't quite tell people the whole truth about who you are, you're actually creating a universe that doesn't actually exist, and it's actually not going to be healthy for you or for anybody else. But if you're willing to speak your heart's truth, which is the primary creative force, why we have this voice, what we end up doing is that the fifth chakra only has one purpose. It is to create, and remember in the Bible also it said, God created man in his likeness. Well, when I speak right now what I'm doing right now is you're listening to me and you're hearing this, and I am planting a seed of me, a likeness of me, my experience of life, my way of understanding things. I'm planting it in your mind. That's what the fifth chakra does. And that's where creation grows. Creation grows in the minds of other people. If there weren't other people in the world, you wouldn't need to say anything. You just have to, go out and do everything yourself. But if I can use my fifth chakra for what it's for, which is to plant seeds of awakening, of brilliance. And by the way, this is an awakening tip. This is awakening tip number 13, and it's about, and it's preparing